Hi, I'm Pat Michaels, Chair for New Hope for Kids.
Hello, my name is Tony Martin, past board member, past chairman of the board, and a very excited supporter of New Hope for Kids.
New Hope for Kids has been around in Central Florida for many years. What it does is life-changing for people and children suffering grief. But now, during COVID-19, it has taken on a whole new meaning. Yes, our mission is still here and is stronger and needed more than ever because people are experiencing grief and we deal with that. And we're asking for you to help us because our mission gets bigger, and as it gets bigger, it's more needed. And so we need you as well. So consider helping us and being a part of New Hope for Kids.
Once I learned what New Hope did and how important it was that this process be followed for the children, I knew I had to be part of it. So 19 years ago, myself and my two friends that were on the board created what was called Art of the Vine.
To see what happens here at New Hope for Kids means coming into this house. The experience is life-changing, and it's life-changing for the people who go through the program. We have families, children who come here and they leave and their lives are changed forever. And a lot of them come back as volunteers because they understand the mission and they're the ones who are the most dedicated to this program.
Get ready for a silent live auction, get ready for a great time, and remember, New Hope for Kids is the only place many of these kids have to go through the grieving process, which is so important in their future life.
I'm Tim Varan of Tim's Wine Market.
And I'm John Hirsch of Inception Wines.
And we'll be your hosts tonight for Art of the Vine. So we look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 10 minutes away from the beginning of the virtual Art of the Vine supporting New Hope for Kids. So if you haven't already found the most comfortable seat in your house, or maybe you're sitting by your pool, or God forbid you're still at your office, wherever you're watching this from, make sure you are ready to go. If you haven't already mixed your cocktail, or certainly if you have some of the wines that have been prepared for tonight's wine tasting, now's the time to get those Inception wines out because we are just moments away from beginning the 2020 Art of the Vine supporting New Hope for Kids. So get ready, get set, we're just about to go. The show starts at 7 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 New Hope for Kids Art of the Vine. My name is Jason Alpert. I will be your MC and auctioneer throughout our virtual program here this evening. We are here at Fields BMW in Winter Park. And listen, we're going to get to lots of great parts of the program. I'm about to, in a moment, talk about this pretty awesome BMW you see over my shoulder right here. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I will tell you, there's a much better shot of it there. We'll take that one either way. But what I will tell you is we've got a studio audience of, call it, 12, right? Our studio audience at 12 is loud and proud. They are the folks with our AV technology partner, the Launch Group. It also is our staff from New Hope for Kids. We've got some members of our committee here, and they have come together to put on this amazing Art of the Vine virtual style because we can't be together in person. We know that many of you are having house parties where small groups are getting together. So we want to acknowledge and thank for the support and the party that they're having with Tiffany and Anthony Sherrill and Elizabeth and John Peel. We hope you guys are having a good time tonight. Chris Tribby and friends are having a party. Laura and Ed Wooten are out there. And Andrea and Jonathan Bowman are watching from New Orleans. So we hope you guys are having a great time and ready for one heck of an Art of the Vine event tonight. Understand that New Hope for Kids does amazing work in the Central Florida community. One of the taglines that they use is "Where Grieving Hearts Heal." And this is an organization that takes youngsters, youth in our community, that have lost a parent, lost a loved one, and this is where they come to grieve. This is where they come to experience what others are experiencing and to heal from that grief. They also grant wishes to kids with life-threatening illnesses, so they certainly have expanded their boundaries of what they impact in this community through both of those programs. I will tell you that we know that this is a fundraiser, right? It's a wine tasting, and we're going to get to our wine tasting in a minute, but this is a fundraiser. We want to make sure that you know that your silent auction is going to close at about 7:20. I will count you down to the end of the silent auction. Please understand that the way the silent auction closes, and any of these auction items, is a little tricky with technology because the words coming out of my mouth do not reach everyone at exactly the same time. So we're going to tell you approximate times, and you got to get those bids in, and then we will announce our winners, and I'll explain those to you as we go through our program here this evening. I mentioned again the BMW that we're giving away. That's right, we're giving away this BMW X1. Everybody say, ooh. Right, because there it is, folks, a 2020 BMW X1. How do you get it? Well, we're having an opportunity drawing. You can buy your way into this. We're not selling any more than 2,000 opportunities. So for every one of these that you buy, you have at least a 1 in 2,000 chance of winning it. We do have some tickets left. So here's how you do it. If you want to buy them, let's go ahead and put up the picture of that now. One more after that, because they are 1 ticket for $100 and 2 tickets for $150. If you want in on this, you go to newhopeforkids.org/BMW. So be sure to go there, get those tickets. I'm going to plug this and do throughout the evening to see how many tickets we've sold. So if you look back here, let's take this camera shot back here. You'll see that our drum is already full. I think, Jeanette, as we get some more purchases coming in, you don't have to do it now, but as we get more purchases coming in, she's going to bring the tickets as you're buying them, drop them in our barrel so we can draft and draw our winner by the end of the program tonight. We're also giving away some door prizes, right? Those door prizes, all you have to do is something you all have already done. You've registered for our program. If you're watching on the GiveSmart platform, that means you've registered. That means you are eligible for our door prizes. The door prizes, what are they? How about a bountiful selection of wine, right? These are 6 different bottles of wine, right? The reds, the whites, the sparkling. And again, all you have to do to win it is be registered. So we're going to randomly draw a winner now. Can I get our first winner? Kimberly Hayes. Kimberly Hayes. How about a round of applause for Kimberly? Kimberly, again, you did absolutely nothing and you win 6 bottles of wine. So congratulations for that right there. This is a wine tasting, so we will make sure that you get a chance to learn about the wines that many of you have purchased for this event, to taste them throughout our program from Inception Wine. So you'll learn about those in just a little while. But it's not only about the wines, and probably more importantly, it's about the organization, New Hope for Kids. And throughout the program, you're going to get a chance to learn about that organization. We're going to start with our Executive Director. Please welcome to the Art of the Vine, Executive Director Dave Joswick.
Hello there. For those of you that don't recognize me, I'm Dave Joswick, Executive Director at New Hope for Kids. This is our 19th year of Art of the Vine, our largest event that brings money into New Hope for Kids to support families in the Central Florida area grieving the death of a family member or granting a wish to a child with a life-shortening health condition. This year, our world is, like years out there, has been somewhat turned up and down. Back in March, when we were finalizing plans for Art of the Vine, which was to occur in April, COVID hit. So we're doing a virtual Art of the Vine this year. And in the virtual Art of the Vine, we will give you some insights into New Hope for Kids. I'm at the newly remodeled built Fields BMW dealership here in Winter Park. And tonight we're going to be conducting a virtual Art of the Vine. Under normal conditions, it would be a live in-person Art of the Vine, but this year it's a virtual Art of the Vine. I can't thank the Fields family enough and the Fields Auto Group for supporting Art of the Vine. This is
When did the scholarship program start?
Year that Art of the Vine has taken place. It's the first year where it's being done virtually. Let me give you a brief summary of what's going to transpire over the next hour. We're going to be conducting both a live and a silent auction. We're going to have a wine tasting experience. We're going to do an ask tonight to ask for support of our mission here in the community. We're going to introduce you to some folks that have benefited, one being a scholarship. This past year we granted 4 scholarships to former kids that have gone through the GRIEF program. You'll meet one of those kids here tonight to share their experience with you. And now it's time to turn the next 60 minutes of Art of the Vine over to Jason. Jason.
Hey, Dave, thank you so much for all your leadership with this event and this organization. Now, one of the new programs at New Hope for Kids is the scholarship program. And this is the type of program, understand, that it's the type of gift that keeps on giving. We are giving kids who may not otherwise have the funds to go on for more education, right? And that's what this is all about. This scholarship program started last year. It is starting to blossom, starting to bloom. We're now more than a year into the scholarship program, and we want you to meet not only our donor and our chairman of the board, but also some of our scholarship recipients.
Hi, I'm Pat Michaels, Chair for New Hope for Kids.
Hi, I'm Pam Safran, a New Hope for Kids board member and licensed mental health counselor.
This is the house where healing and happiness replaces grief and loss. And I know what that feels like. My mother died when I was 7.
For years, our Center for Grieving Children has helped hundreds of families after losing a loved one.
Wishes for Kids are for those diagnosed with life-threatening disease. Both of these programs have grown tremendously here in Central Florida.
And as a pinnacle of our success, New Hope for Kids now has an educational scholarship named after my late husband, Dr. Alan J. Safran.
For those who have benefited from our grief program, a new way to give hope for their future.
I can't believe this is happening, and especially in a time like this where everything is feeling so low and so hopeless. There's people out there that are here for you and they care about you.
On behalf of my late husband, Dr. Alan J. Safran, and their father, we would like to give you, as the first recipient of the Dr. Alan J. Safran Scholarship, $2,000 towards Florida State University, where you go to college.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Watching the Safran family, Pam and her children, I'm watching them create meaning and making purpose out of his life. He was a huge proponent of education. He was a pillar in our community. He has served us well in the medical profession. And now through his death, they're able to serve grieving children, but also to respond to their grief in understanding why them.
Losing a parent turns a child's world upside down. And I know this firsthand, watching my 3 children grieve the loss of their father. Education can be a great game changer in these kids' lives. You know, when these 9 kids applied for 4 spots where they each got $2,000 towards their college, that shows me that there is perseverance and determination and gratitude.
All of them have goals and aspirations, and I really think that tragedy shouldn't prevent us from seeking what we want to do.
That is truly an amazing program. Thank you to the Safran family for that. Now, what I will tell you is, folks, not yet. Hold on, you gotta wait till I start talking about the car. I know you got some tickets you want to put in that barrel, but we're gonna do it as soon as we start talking about the car. Because before we talk about the car, I will tell you that there are so many people who go into putting on this event, right? We mentioned our executive director. You met our board chair just a moment ago. How about our committee, folks? Without the committee, we couldn't have done it. How about we give a round of applause to Tony and Pat and Chris and James and Dr. Husty. Thank you to Ashley and Hector and Sarah and Ben, and of course, the New Hope for Kids staff. Thank you to our committee and also our sponsors. Folks, these are sponsors that have been with us year after year, many of them, for our in-person event and now for our virtual event. So thank you to all of them for sticking around with this virtual event, especially Fields Auto Group. Not only are they our host for this virtual event, but Fields Auto Group, as we go ahead and put up their logo by itself, they will not only be our host, but they're the donors of this amazing BMW, which we are giving away this evening. So the BMW, I will tell you, I'm going to let you see how to bid on it or how to win it by putting this up one more time. It's 1 ticket for $100, it's 2 for $150, and throughout this night tonight, as people are buying more and more tickets, you're going to see Jeanette's going to come in, she's going to put more tickets in the raffle drum, and then ultimately she will spin that, and we will make sure that it is a fair drawing, because at the end of the night, someone is going to leave here with this beautiful BMW, right? There's that great shot of that car right there. So Jeanette, thank you so much for that. She'll be back in a few minutes. Let's put that up one more time exactly. 1 ticket for $100, 2 for $150. The only place to buy them, newhopeforkids.org/BMW. And again, I'll remind you over and over, no more than 2,000 tickets are being sold for this. There are still some available, so please get in on those. But it's not just about the car. We talked about the scholarship and the mission. but tonight is also about wine and this amazing wine tasting that we have for you. We're lucky enough to have as a friend of the program Tim Varan from Tim's Wine Market. And what Tim has done is he has partnered up with Jonathan Hirsch from Inception Wines, who is new to the Orlando area, but certainly he's bringing this amazing wine here to Central Florida. I'm going to turn it over to them for our first wine of the night. Hey, Tim, take it away.
And so that brings us to the 2017 Santa Barbara Chardonnay.
Yes, our first wine of the evening.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, totally typical for Santa Barbara County, Santa Maria Valley, that and the Pinots, of course. And, you know, when I started sitting down and putting together the Chardonnay with the team, you know, it's always fun to go into the winemaking process, the blending process. Because you're taking, well, as you know, you've got the bottles from rows or blocks and dates picked and all the chemistry that goes with it. So we just started putting together a wine that tasted great. And we went with a very old world, very traditional Burgundian style of Chardonnay. 90% neutral oak, 10% new French. And that's been the breakdown of pretty much all of our wines all the way through since we began the business.
And I don't denote a lot of malolactic fermentation on a Chardonnay.
Yeah, it was naturally occurring about 45%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what gives the wine that sort of creamy,
Yeah,
luscious
exactly,
character,
exactly.
but can also lead to a wine that's almost too fat on the palate. So by balancing a percentage of that, you end up with a wine with more precision, more food friendly, and very, very focused. So that's great for this segment. Jason, back to you.
Thank you.
All right, Tim, thank you. I love how Jonathan put it there. We just put together a good tasting wine. It's that simple, right? So folks, I know many of you have that wine in front of you here this evening at Art of the Vine, so please continue to enjoy that wine as you go through the rest of the program. Understand that I will remind you all about our auction that's going on right now. All bidding for the auction is done on your phone. So many of you are watching this program through the GiveSmart software. So whether you're on your phone or your tablet, your laptop, your computer, or your smart TV, all bidding gets done in the same place. So continue to bid. In just a few moments, we're going to tell you when the silent auction closes. So I know many of you are bidding. I can watch it here on my phone to see who's bidding. I've got extra screens in front of me, so I actually can see behind the scenes of everything that's going on. So keep in mind, all bidding is done through your smartphone, your TV, your computer, however you're watching and bidding tonight. Be sure to get those bids in, and we're going to wrap up that silent auction in just a few moments. But before we do that, it gives me one more opportunity, and by one more, I mean I'm going to do it a few more times, to talk about this guy right here. Fields BMW is donating this beautiful X1 BMW. You've only got a few moments left to buy. I will tell you when it is really your last chance, but again, tickets are only $100. We're not selling any more than 2,000 of them. So everyone that gets in has less than better than a 1 in 2,000 chance of winning this beautiful BMW X1. So please be sure to get in on that. Now, we want to continue moving through the program because certainly we heard about our committee and our sponsors, and Dave introduced us a little bit to the organization. We had our first little piece of wine tasting there for you from the Inception Wines Group and Tim Varan from the Tim's Wine Market. But now it's really time to understand the mission, to understand why we're here tonight, to really get a chance to see behind the scenes of what goes on at New Hope for Kids and the amazing work this group is doing here in Central Florida. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Diane Goldsmith, and I've been a grief facilitator with New Hope for Kids for over 20 years.
Hi there, this is Dave Joswick. I'm the Executive Director here at New Hope for Kids. I've been the Executive Director for the past 20 years.
In 1998, my 16-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driver. After school, her friends would come and sit in her room and cry, and I had nothing that I could offer them in terms of comfort. I was in pain myself.
6.5% of children will lose a parent to death by the age of 16. Here in the Central Florida area where New Hope for Kids is located, that equates to 4,000 children a year. Death can take these lives and turn them completely upside down.
3 of my daughter's friends chose to go to New Hope, and the help was immediate for them to be in groups with children who were in the same place as they were.
The families can come to New Hope for Kids, and it's a free service to them. A typical family will be in the program for 1.5 years to 2 years. They come every other week for an 1.5 hour period of time.
New Hope for Kids, we work with children as young as 3 up to the age of 18. They become part of a group, which is something that they don't experience every day. At school, they are loners. They are different from everybody else. They don't have people to talk to. Occasionally they have a teacher or a religious figure or a friend, but they don't know anyone.
New Hope for Kids is the only organization in the Central Florida area that provides this breadth and depth of service. The adults are in a session with other adults addressing the same types of issues. It's run by a licensed practitioner so that we've got a person that can address issues if they're other than grief and work with these adults and the families.
They come to group and they sit in group, and many of them sit back from the circle the first time they come. They put up their hoods on their sweatshirts. They don't know what to expect here.
In 2019, we served 442 children in the program, in the grief program. The WISH program, I'm switching over to the WISH program. These are children that go through a certification process by a physician that they have a health condition that there's a high probability they will not grow into adulthood. Children can select a wish, and we do our best to grant that wish.
As soon as the introductions start, as soon as we go around the circle where everyone says their name and their age and who died, you see a different look on the new children's faces. I'm Susie and I'm 10 and my dad died. I'm Jimmy, I'm 4 and my mommy died. And I'm John and I'm 16 and my best friend died. It all is a great leveler, and their faces become different. They lean forward, they listen, and when it becomes their time, they share as well, and they don't feel different and they don't feel left out. They just feel like they belong.
Can help the family work through these difficult times in the lives of everyone in the family. So thank you for your attention, and stay safe.
My name's Todd Husty. I'm a board member at New Hope. I feel very proud that I get to say that. I was an ER doc, a working ER doc, for so many years, and I told so many families the bad news of having lost somebody in their family of a death. I don't do really well with grief myself. That's why I support them, because they take care of grief. New Hope for Kids. I should say us, because I am a part of it, but they are just incredible. We really need this event to go well so that we can keep offering our services to our families, the families who have children and have lost either a sibling or a parent. I mean, that's what they do here at New Hope. It's incredible. Very successfully, they take care of grief, and this is where grieving hearts heal. We obviously want you to donate money, we want you to buy things, give freely, give openly, give a lot, and buy tickets.
Give freely, give openly, and give a lot. Truer words have never been spoken, folks. Understand what we're going to ask you to do now is we're going to ask you to place those final bids in the silent auction. Many of you have been bidding all week in the silent auction. We've been watching you bid. We've gotten to the point now where we only have 5 items left with no bids in the silent auction. So help us sell the auction out, right? We're going to keep refreshing here. I'm watching my screens here to see what happens. I'm watching on my phone as well. I may be bidding on an item or two. But more importantly, the way it's going to work is I'm going to put a 3-minute counter on the silent auction right now. So understand that it's not an exact 3 minutes because, as I mentioned early on in the program, the words that are coming out of my mouth are reaching people at home at different times. So it will be about 3 minutes. I encourage you to put in a bid now, bid high, bid often, give freely, as Dr. Todd just shared with you, and please help sell out our auction, bid up the items as you certainly can. I will also tell you this is our final opportunity for the BMW drawing, right? 1 ticket is $100, 2 for $150. You've got a few minutes left to get in that. newhopeforkids.org/BMW. So Jeanette's going to bring some more in here. We've been selling tickets throughout the program. She's going to continue filling this drum up with tickets. I will tell you that we haven't reached our 2,000 ticket limit yet, and that's all we're selling. So continue to buy those. You've got a few minutes left in that. When the silent auction closes, about when they're going to close the opportunity drawing for our BMW. Again, it's from Fields BMW, which is our host here this evening. This is exactly where we've come to host our event from, because instead of them bringing the car to us, we said, listen, we're coming to the car. So let's take a look at that car one more time, if we can do that real quick. There it is, the X1, folks, the 2020 X1. It is beautiful, it is polished, it is ready for you to pick up. And I will tell you, at the end of the night tonight, we're not only gonna pick a winner, but if you're the winner, we may even try to call you and see if you'll answer your phone so we can announce you as the winner and hear your excitement for this X1. Now, I'll tell you also the thing that we're gonna take care of now is our second and final door prize. Once again, to win a door prize, the only door you walk through is likely the door to your home or your office or your pool deck where you're watching this program from. So if you want to win a door prize, you just stand by, you listen for your name. We're going to randomly draw a selection. Marla, who is our second door prize winner?
It's Mark Wexler.
Mark Wackler. How about a round of applause for Mark? Mark, what do you win? You get a bountiful selection of wine. You get 6 bottles of elegant wines, 2 reds, 2 whites, 2 sparklings, and you win those for just registering for the event tonight. So thank you so much for that. So I am now waiting to hear the sound of the bell. When the bell rings, that will tell me that the silent auction is closed. Moments ago, I gave a 3-minute warning. I didn't set my clock by it. Hopefully you didn't set your clock at home either, because it's not an exact 3 minutes. So we're watching this auction right now. I'm going to continue refreshing my phone and see what items we have left that might have no bids left on them. I know we've got some awesome sports memorabilia in there. For those of you who would say, hey, listen, I'm a new school Magic fan, we've got an autographed jersey for you from this year's Magic team. You're an old school Magic fan, we'll take you all the way back to 2015, 5 years ago. And we've got an autographed jersey by the 2015 team. So we've got lots of things for you there. So I'm going to refresh here, take a look at some of the items. Again, we've got those 5 items left with no bids. I would encourage you to get those bid on. We've got the pandemic cleaning. I like how they title these, right? The pandemic cleaning is where they're going to come in and up to 5,000 square feet at your office, or 10,000 square feet. Excuse me, the 5,000 is for a carpet cleaning. The 10,000 square feet is for fogging disinfectant. Who doesn't need that at their office right now? So that is in our silent auction. You can get the bid in on those. We also have the Urban Ninja Athlete Package. The Urban Ninja Athlete Package is parkour classes, right? If you don't know what parkour is, ask any teenager nearby. They're going to show you videos that will knock your socks off. It's truly an awesome experience, so don't be afraid to get in and bid on those. And we've got some great Tom Ford sunglasses that you can bid on as well. So there's also some great wines in our auction. If you haven't clicked on the button that says wine and more, it's always my favorite description, wine and more. God, it's so tempting. What is the more? In this instant, the wine and more, I talk about the description, I talk about the titles. How about this title for an auction item? Swine and Wine. I love it, right? Swine and Wine is item number 103, and it's where pork meets cork. God, they're good with their rhymes here, aren't they? Pork and cork. It's an insulated wine clutch with a bottle of Caramel Road Monterey, 2 $25 gift cards to Pig Floyd, and 2 stylish insulated seamless wine glasses. So that is in our silent auction as well. So I continue to wait when that bell goes off. All right, there it is, right? So the silent auction is now closed. If you want an item, congratulations. You will get notified by GiveSmart letting you know that you won an item in our silent auction. So I'm going to close out this screen. And remember, all the bidding in our live auction is also done on your phones right here. So you want to keep your phones out, or your tablet or your computer, your laptop, your smart TV, however you're bidding and donating and watching this evening. All of it is done from the same exact place. So what I will tell you to do as we go into the live auction, let me tell you the difference between the live auction and the silent auction. In the silent auction, we talked about the silent auction as a whole. There were 40 or 50 or 60 different items, and when that bell went off, all of the silent auction items closed. But the live auction is different. In the live auction under categories, if you click on there, you'll see 2 tabs. One says Live Auction Part 1, one says Live Auction Part 2. We're obviously going to start with Live Auction Part 1, and I'm going to talk about that item individually, one at a time. I'm going to talk about the item, I'm going to promote the item, and then I'm going to say, I'm going to look at this screen over here. And I've got screens up here for me that I can see where I can talk about my top bidders. I'll talk about the people who have been outbid on that package already. I'll encourage everyone to bid back and forth, and then I will put a 30-second counter on the closing of that item. Once again, it won't be an exact 30 seconds, but as soon as I see that it is closed, I will announce who our winner is of that item. So here's what we're going to do. Our first live auction package is a stay at Barbara and Chet Peckett's beautiful Bel Air Beach condo. Folks, it is for 6 days and 5 nights. But I will tell you, it's not only about the fact that it's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You can bring 4 people. We see there that it's 6 days, 5 nights. You look there, the most important thing is probably the fact that you have direct view of the Gulf of Mexico. You look at that view from that balcony, and every morning you will wake up to the sounds of the ocean, and you will go to sleep to the sun setting into the Gulf. So we've had some great bidding action on this one so far. Juanita Adeo opened up the bid at $700. Karen Sams came back at $800. Let's leave it up for a minute so I can call out some of those bids coming up right now. Karen Sams was my bidder at $800 and $900. Dominic Norrie, he then came in at $1,000. Karen Sams came back at $1,100 and $1,200. Tom Kellgren came in at $1,500. And Karen Sams, Karen's like, listen, I got you. I'm in at $1,600. So we have lots of great bidding on this action. We started at $700. We're now at $1,600. It's Juanita and Karen and Dominic. Let's go ahead and stay on it for just one more second so I can go ahead and call out some more of these names. We got more bids coming in right now. We're at $1,600 from Karen Sams. I want to see if Tom Kellgreen is going to come in and outbid Karen. We need a $1,700 bid to keep this one going. Karen is there one time. Karen was in at $1,200. Then Tom came in at $1,500. Karen came back at $1,600. Is there a $1,700 bidder out there before I put the counter on this? Who's going to go $1,700? Anybody want to go one time? Anybody want in? Anybody want to go? Who's going to go? Anybody want to go? Anybody want in at $1,700 before we're all done? I'm going to look at the screen one more time. As I mentioned, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to put that 30-second counter on this item. Understand that once again, let's put that slide up again so we can see that beautiful view and know that it's 6 days and 5 nights. You are going to have until October 23rd of 2021 to use this package too. So you have a full year to get back into your time. You got something for me, Tony? Kellgren, thank you. Tom Kellgren is our second place bidder right now. If I'm going to encourage him to bid again, I should at least get his name right? So Tom Kellgren, are you going to come back one more time at $1,700? Everyone here at Fields BMW is waiting for you to put in that bid. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to put that 30-second counter on this item right now. Understand that during this 30 seconds, there won't be any acknowledgement of new bids that are coming in. You watch it on your phone and you will see those bids as they come in. And the winner of this will be announced in just a moment. As soon as I see that it's closed, you are going to Bel Air Beach. It is 6 days. It is 5 nights. I see on my phone that we have some bidding action going on right here. I'm watching the bids as they come in because the winner of this is going to be able to take 4 people to Bel Air Beach. You talk about staycations right now. This is the time to have your staycation, right? 6 days and 5 nights over the next year. Let's not ring that just yet. All right, hold on one moment. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this up. And as soon as I see the sold on my phone, we'll see if we're going to announce that for him. So, understand, it's Bel Air Beach, folks. It is right between Bel Air and Clearwater Beach. It is right on the way down there. I want to make sure that this item is closed out before we announce our winner because I know that there's been some bidding action going back and forth on this item one time. So again, the item is going to say sold, and as soon as it does, we will wrap this one up. So I'm looking here one time. The beauty of our live auction, I can tell you, is that all of our items had bids on them before we started. So we know you all are eager. We know you all are ready to go. So we're waiting to see the sold sign on the phone. And I will tell you, they gave me all sorts of beautiful writing for this, right? The condo's fully equipped. It's got everything you need, the direct views. But it's really, everyone in this area knows what it's like. It's not only an opportunity for you to bring yourself, your family, your guests to the property. But how about this? How about when your in-laws come to visit, you stick them at your house and you go stay at the beach for a little while, right? That's not such a bad opportunity as well. So what I will tell you is I'm going to look up here on my screen. We're going to refresh one more time. And what I will tell you is we had lots of bids going back and forth here at the very end. We talked to, let's not refresh anymore because we're all closed out. Let's go ahead and stop refreshing, please. Because we had that bid that we talked about. Karen was in at $1,600. Tom did come back at $1,700 and $1,800. Karen came back at $1,900. And then right under the radar, right under the gun, with a bid of $2,000, we have a sale to Tom Kellgren for $2,000. Thank you from New Hope for Kids. All right, let's move on to our next live auction lot. This live auction lot is going to fill that belly of yours, right? And who's going to do that? It's our friends from Arthur's Catering. And what they have agreed to do for this auction package is an in-home dinner for 4 people. They're going to come and cater it for you. They're going to bring the servers. And I think the best thing that I often think with these, they'll not only serve it, but listen, they're going to clean it up for you as well, right? So what I will tell you is it's a 4-course gourmet dinner. It has paired wines. It also has Vollrath cookware that is going to be included with this package as well. So the 4 courses, the wine, the service, and Arthur's will take amazing care of you while they are serving you there as well. So we opened up the bid on this at $500, and I knew that wasn't going to last very long. We get a $500 bid there by Charles Bracco. That one came in at $500. I think we're going to do this in $100 increments. So I need a $600 bidder for this dinner for 4 people. We're going to see who wants to get in there. Hector, who is on our committee with Arthur's, he's the one who got us this package. I need a $600 bid, not only for the gourmet 4-course dinner for 4 catered in your home, but also the Vollrath cookware, which will be provided for you as well. So we open it up at $400. We open it up at $500. I got a $600 bid. I now need somebody to go 7. Is there a $700 bidder anywhere out there? Who wants to go 7? Is there a $700 bidder anywhere? I got 600. We started at 5. We went to 6. I now need somebody to go 700. Is there a $700 bidder out there? A dinner for 4. What I'm looking for here, folks, understand that the food, the service, the wine, we're looking for just a little less than $200 a person. And you're not only getting this dinner, you're getting the cookware, you're getting the fine wines, but I will also tell you that you are supporting New Hope for Kids. We got to remember that as well. So we do have a new bidder in here right now at $700. I think that was Charles Bracco. Is that what I saw right there? Yeah, Charles Bracco is in at $700. Who's going to go $800? As I mentioned, in a moment, I'm going to put a 30-second counter on it. Not yet, because I want to give you guys a chance to bid a little bit longer. But this doesn't expire until April 25th, 2021. So again, plenty of time to plan this dinner. But this isn't a big group. This is 4 people. It's 2 couples. Or maybe you want to invite your kids, or send your kids away while you're having this dinner served. So I mentioned we were at $700. We're up to $900 because Chris Tribby got in at $800. Charles Bracco came in at $900. I now need $1,000. Is there a $1,000 bidder out there anywhere? We're going to watch this screen right here. I'm going to see who wants to go $1,000. Understand that your accountant will thank me if you go $1,000. It's a nice round even number, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Do I have a $1,000 bidder before we put this counter on there? We're going to look one more time. We got it right here. We're at $900. Charles Bracco is my top bidder. Let's not refresh. Let's go ahead and bring it up right there. Let's leave it there. I want to call out my bidders again. Let me see that screen one more time. All right, so I want to call out my bidders one more time, then we're going to put that counter on the clock. So let's hold it right there for a moment. We opened up with Charles Bracco at $500. Pat Michaels came in at $600. Charles came back at $700. Chris Tribby at $800. Charles came in at $900, which tells me one thing. Charles really wants this, right? So who's going to see if they can get Charles to $1,000 or $1,100? And whether or not you get him there or not, it doesn't matter. You could win it for yourself. I now am going to put a 30-second counter on this item. As I put the 30-second counter on this item, understand that all of the bidding and all of the acknowledgments will be done on your device that you've been bidding from. I no longer call out my bidders. I no longer talk about time. We're going to let that happen on its own. And as soon as I see on my device that this item is closed, that is where we will let you all know that this item is in fact closed. So let's go ahead and put that picture up there again, because I will tell you that it's really the beautiful plating, right? Plating is half the battle, but you can almost smell it. If you walk up to that screen and you scratched it, how many people here believe that something might actually smell because it looks so good? You see the amazing fish that they have sitting up there on the screen. You see the amazing shrimp that is there. It looks like some sort of paella dish. That certainly makes my mouth water. But this is a 4-course gourmet dinner with the wine pairings. It's for 4 people in your home. If you wanted to do $500 off a booked event, you can do that as well. But it also has a 6-piece cookware set, the stainless steel and aluminum clad bottoms of that 6-piece cookware set to put on any stove, including induction. So again, this dinner served in your home doesn't expire till April 2021, late April, if you will. So I will continue to watch it. I will continue to see who my top bidder is, but I will tell you, look down, and so many people know and love Arthur's in this community, and this is your chance to have them come into your home. Hector is going to make sure that it is the night of the year for you. He brags about this item because he brings it to us every year, and every year we auction it off, and I will tell you, the people who have won it in the past, they rave about it, right? So we're going to see how high the bids get up on that. We're going to let this item keep going, and you're going to keep looking at that screen right there. Understand that it is a custom meal, which means that you will work with Arthur's to see what you're going to eat that night. So let's leave the screen right here. Actually, here's what I'll have you do. Let's go ahead and refresh it one more time, because I want to announce my winner, and I want to make sure that I've got my correct winner from the screen right here. So my winning bidder is with a bid of $1,200. So I want to thank Yvette Husty, because what she did is she came in at $1,100, which really got us $300 more out of Charles Bracco for $1,200. We are sold. Thank you from New Hope for Kids. All right. Let's move on to our next live auction lot. This one's called Paradise Found. Paradise Found, another staycation, if you will. It is a road trip away. It is Don Pedro in Palm Island, Florida. But folks, it's not just a road trip away, because this road trip ends with a ferry ride that takes you to Don Pedro, Palm Island, Florida. The only way to get to this property, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath property that you're going to stay at for 7 days and 6 nights, is by ferry. You want to talk about a private escape? This is it. 7 days, 6 nights, excuse me. They're calling it a beach house escape. You want to get away from it all? Who doesn't right now, right? Don Pedro and Palm Island, Florida. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, sleeps 8 to 10 comfortably. I love how they say that. 3 bedrooms, sleeps 10 comfortably. I don't know what kind of party you're throwing, but I'm all in, right? So I'll say it one more time. 7 days, 6 nights, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 8 to 10 can sleep comfortably. Let's look at our top bidder right now. Charles Bracco, you're helping us out a lot, folks, because Charles opened us up with a $1,250 bid. Brian Miller came back at $1,500. Oh, don't lose me on my screen right there. Let's go back to that so I can call out all my bidders, please. So we had Charles at $1,250. I'm going to wait one more time to see it. Let's leave it right there for a moment. Charles Bracco at $1,250. Brian Miller came in at $1,500. Barbara Peckett, I love to see that. Barbara Peckett donates her beach place, and then she says, you know what, I'm going to go stay at the beach and support the organization as well. She got in at $1,750. Brian Miller came back at $2,000, and Andy Williams came in at $2,250. So I've got a $2,250 bid on this. I need somebody to go $2,500. Is there a $2,500 bidder out there? Understand it's a fully furnished beach house, those 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It is the lap of luxury. It is perfect views. You look at those water views. You look at the pool views right there. I got that $2,500 bid from Alyssa Bracco. How about a round of applause there, right? We're in at $2,500. I now need somebody to go $2,750. Is there a bidder at $2,750 out there? Who's going to go $2,750? Understand that last year, this sold for close to $4,000. The expiration date on this, again, is a full year. So you got plenty of time to use this package, plenty of time to book your trip, plenty of time to get away a full year. So we're at $2,750 now. I now need somebody to go $3,000. I now need a $3,000 bidder to get that bid up, to get it keep going. I believe that we're going to get this into the $3,000 plus range by somebody out there. The question is, we got it right there. Chris Tribby is in at $3,000. How about that, right? Who's going to go $3,250? Is there a bidder at $3,250? And don't be afraid. Instead of a quiet, you got it, I want to hear someone yell, we got it, right? We'll take it. I'll take it. I now need a $3,250 bidder. Is there somebody in at $3,250? Is Andy Williams going to come back? Is Alyssa Bracco going to come back? Who's going to get in at $3,250? As I mentioned, we're going to put the counter on this. When I put the counter on it, you'll have about 30 seconds to get in those final bids, but please don't trust your Wi-Fi. Don't trust your cell phone signal. Don't trust your clock. Put in that bid now and see if you can get in that bid at $3,250. I got a $3,250 bid right there. We'll take that. Who's now going to go $3,500? I now need somebody at $3,500, and here's what we'll do. Brian Miller's in at $3,250. Let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter on the clock, and then understand that this Don Pedro Palm Island stay is going to go to someone in about 30 seconds. When I hear that announcement, when I see it on my phone that this item is closed, I will then announce who our winning bidder is. But you look at those palm trees, you look at that beautiful view, you know that you're going to be staying there for a week, 7 days and 6 nights in 3 bedrooms. And as I mentioned, the 2 baths, sleeps 8 to 10 comfortably. I'm watching the view. I'm wanting to stay there as well. The ferry is going to take you to this private island, this Don Pedro in Palm Island, Florida. The only way to get there, once again, is by ferry. So you want seclusion, you're going to have it. You drive, you park, you take that road trip, but then once you're on that ferry, everything disappears. So we're going to keep looking, and we're going to see who's going to end up being the winner of this package. Who's going to travel there for 7 days and 6 nights. One time, it's 3 bedrooms, it's 2 baths. It's for up to 10 people. Here's what you can do. You take 2 couples. Each couple stays in one of the main bedrooms. And then that 3rd bedroom, you put like 16 kids, right? As many as you can get in there. So here's what we'll do. We're going to watch, and we're going to see who our winner is of this item here this evening. Because a $3,500 bid, $3,750, $4,000. I mentioned this sold for $4,000 last year. We're going to see what it sells for this year. We're going to support New Hope for Kids for this auction item and the other items to come after it as well. So we're going to keep watching. It is now closed. So what I want to do is I want to look up here at the screen and see who our winning bidder is. Because with that bid of $3,250, our winning bidder is Brian Miller. We are sold. Thank you from New Hope for Kids. Let's move on to our next live auction lot. This one right here is an amazing JetBlue University experience. And I'm going to talk about it over this slide for a quick minute, but the best part about this is to show the video. Because this is the flight training experience. But what is the flight training experience? it is your opportunity to get behind a $3 million flight simulator that is used to train the pilots at JetBlue. Again, you're going to have plenty of time to use this. It goes until June 1st of 2022. But look at this great video here where you see how you will sit in the cockpit of a training flight. It is at Orlando International. You'll go to the airport. They will set you up. They will give you the course. They will give you the class, and you will do just that. It is a 2-hour flight training experience in their flight simulator. Only pilots who are training get to go into this flight simulator. Only pilots who are recertifying and practicing get to go in this simulator. So, if you want the opportunity to do that, now's the time to put in that bid. So we had an opening bid of $500. We then got a rebid to $600. I now need a $700 bid. This is for 2 people. 2 people get to go down to JetBlue University, go behind the scenes, see all that happens behind the scenes at JetBlue, and more than anything, get in that flight simulator. To be able to feel what it's like to fly and land an actual 747, right? Think about it. Up there in the sky, you will have a chance to do just that. So let's go ahead and look at our screen right here and see who our top bidder is. We got a $700 bid. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see if that populates on there now. We're looking one time. It opened up at $500. We got a quick $600. Now we got a $700 and we got a $900 bid. That went quickly right there, right? So we were at $500. We went $600. We went $700. Yvette Husty, who did us a favor on that last auction item. Thank you to Yvette. She's in at $900. I now need somebody to go $1,000. Is there a $1,000 bidder out there somewhere? I need somebody to go $1,000. We're going to put that 30-second counter on this package in just a moment. And when we do, you're not going to have much time to bid. So we're going to look here one time. Yvette is in at $900. Who's going to go $1,000? Do we have $1,000? I heard some voices out there. I like to think that the person who's saying we have $1,000 might be the person who's bidding $1,000. We're about to find out. Is there a $1,000 bidder out there? No, we're still at $900 on Yvette. I now need somebody to go $1,000. Who's going to go one time? We're at $900. Let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter up on the clock right now. Understand it's not an exact 30 seconds. You see there, it's a tour for 2 of the training facility and a 2-hour flight training experience. I now need somebody to get in at $1,000 before we say this one is officially closed. I continue to watch it down here on my phone. I continue to wait and see when it says closed. When it says closed, we will talk about who our winning bidder is, who is going to have this type of experience. Understand that there are packages that we sell in these auctions like this all the time, right? Packages that, quite frankly, if you wanted to go somewhere and buy, you could, and you decide to spend your money to support the organization. But not this one. You can't buy this anywhere else unless you come to an event like this one. A 2-hour experience. Who's going to end up leaving here this evening with it? Who's going to end up supporting New Hope, right? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep watching the screen. During this countdown time, there's no acknowledgement of donations that are coming in, bids that are coming in. There's no acknowledgement of time because ultimately the words that are coming out of my mouth are entering people's homes at different times than everyone else. So I want to make sure that we're not throwing anybody off by talking about bids or bidders at this time. I'm just waiting to know that it is closed. And when it is closed, we will announce who our winning bidder is. So the bids have been going back and forth. We're waiting to see who that is. Who's going to get this JetBlue experience right at Orlando International? The behind-the-scenes opportunity to not only see what they do behind the scenes at JetBlue, but also the $3 million flight simulator. You are sitting in the cockpit along with your guest who's with you, and then at some point you're going to switch spots, right? So we're waiting to see who our winning bidder is on this one right here. I'm going to continue to refresh. All right, it is now closed out, so let's go ahead and refresh that screen one more time for me, please. We do this. How about a man putting his so-called money where his mouth is? He's our executive director, and he's going flying with a bid of $1,000. We are sold to Dave Joswick. Thank you, Dave, for supporting this great mission. Let's go on to our next live auction item. This next live auction item is your opportunity once again to travel. We've given you a couple opportunities to stay close to home. This time you can go anywhere in the U.S. you want or stay in Florida because there are opportunities in Florida as well. It is 7 days, 6 nights at a Westgate Resort destination. It also includes a $500 Visa gift card to spend as you see fit. So it's not only the accommodations, but if you want to get airfare, if you want to buy meals, if you want to buy new clothes for the trip, whatever you want to do with that $500, you certainly can do it. It is 7 days, it is 6 nights at any of the Westgate properties around our country. It is 7 days, it is 6 nights, it is a 2-bedroom suite. So once again, 2 couples can go in on this, or we encourage you to to see if you want to bring some family members with you. You can do that as well. So look into that as well. So I'm going to look here at my top bidders. We opened it up at $750. Christine Bowen was in at $750. Carrie Johns came in at $850. Roe McMahon came in at $950. $1050 was Derek Morris. $1150 was Laura Bellin, and Corey Johns came in at $1250. I now need a $1,350 bid to keep this one going. You're going to go for a full week, 7 days and 6 nights. It includes that $500 gift card, so you can almost lop that off the top as that being the cash part of this, right? So really, you're bidding on the accommodations. You're bidding on the experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at my top bidder so far, see if that has been updated at all. We had that $1,250 bid from Carrie Johns, or maybe it was Corey Johns. That went away kind of quickly. I'll check it out in a moment. But we're going to see, it's Corey. Corey Johns was my top bidder at $1,250. All right, here we got a new bid from James Gallagher is now in at $1,350. James helped us get so much of the wine for this event. He's with Southern Glacier Wine, so thank you, James, for that. You're about to be a big winner unless somebody comes out and outbids you. So whether it's going to be Corey Johns or whether it's going to be Laura Bellin or Derek Morris, who's going to come back at $1,450? We're going $1,450, $100 at a time. I will tell you that when you need somebody to click that button, all the bidding is done. We got a new bid here from Derek Morris. Thank you at $1,450. Who's going to go $1,550? Is there a $1,550 bidder out there? We're going to start wrapping this one up. In 30 seconds, this one will close. So understand that you only have 30 more seconds to win this package. During this time, I want to remind you, and you see it up there on the screen, the Westgate Resorts were recognized by Condé Nast Traveler 2020 in their Reader's Choice Awards. So you're going to go to this property, which is world-renowned, properties all over the United States. It comes with a $500 Visa gift card to spend as you see fit on anything you want. 7 days and 6 nights in that 2-bedroom suite. I know people have their fingers on the buttons out there, getting ready to bid, getting ready to help support this great organization that is New Hope for Kids. 7 days, 6 nights at the Westgate Resorts. That's your destination. You see the beautiful properties, the pictures up there on your screen. We're going to see who's going to leave here tonight and have their vacation set for them. And that's what we're looking for you all to do. Take care of your vacations while supporting New Hope for Kids. Pick your destination that you want to go to in this amazing 2-bedroom suite. And I'll tell you, it doesn't expire until the end of April 2021. So you got plenty of time to use this one as well. I'll say it over and over. 7 days, 6 nights, 2-bedroom suite at Westgate. We're waiting to see who's going to leave here tonight. And by leave here tonight, I mean stay at your home and know that you have won it, right? So I'm waiting to see when this auction item closes, and at that point, will announce who our winner is. Because as we go on, I will tell you that this is 5. We've only got 3 more live auction items left. So if you're thinking they want one of these, get in now while you still can. So I'm waiting to see who's going to end up at the Westgate Resort, who's going to travel around the country, and who's going to leave here tonight with this package. So it is now closed. So let's go ahead and refresh that screen one more time. So I want to make sure that we get all it. So here's what we got. At the last moment, James Gallagher was outbid with a bid of $1,650. We are going to sell this package to Brian Miller. We are sold, thank you, from New Hope for Kids, right? Awesome. At that last second, Brian got in. All right, we will keep moving on here. Our next package is our golf package, right? You want to tee it up, you want to get out. One of the safest things to do right now is to go play golf. The time of the year is rolling around when golf is what you want to do. These are foursomes at some of the most exclusive golf courses in all of Central Florida. You see them listed up there on your screen. You see Redtail and Disney World Golf and Heathrow. We know those are the beautiful courses, Celebration, Interlochen. But I will tell you that since we put this package together, and since we put this visual together for you to see, and since we put the description on the GiveSmart platform where you all are bidding from, we have added more courses. So if 6 golf courses isn't enough for you, how about I give you 4 more? And these aren't just any 4 courses. What if I tell you that one of the courses we're just adding to this package is a foursome at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club? Everybody say, ooh, right? That's a great course, right? So it's these 6 plus Lake Nona. We're also going to add in the Golden Bear Club at Keens Point. Once again, ooh, right? And then Forest Lake Golf Club and Mayfair Golf Club. So you see the 6 that we've got up here on the screen. You take those 6, you add to it Lake Nona, Keens Point, Forest Lake, and Mayfair. It is 10 opportunities to get out of your house. 10 opportunities to play amazing rounds of golf. These are all foursomes. As you look at your devices that you're bidding on, you'll see the restrictions and the opportunities to buy your way into this golf package. So this one has gotten some great action on it so far. We started it at $800. We went at $100 at a time. I will tell you that Christopher Walden started it off. Corey Tennant came in. Then Alexander Shellnut. Corey Tennant came back. Alexander came back. Corey came back. Alexander came back. I'm out of breath. Those guys are working hard. Chris Walden then came back, and then Alexander Shellnut came in as well. So this package is currently at $1,950, but it's easy to do the math. This is 10 golf foursomes. Right now, we're selling these foursomes for $195 each, which is a steal, right? You see these names on this list right here, the Lake Nona and the Keens and the Interlaken, right? Great golf courses, Heathrow. Understand that we're going to see who's going to get those. We got a new bid here. Alexander keeps upping his bid, and I love that. He's putting in high bids. He's not going to let anyone outbid him. I believe that's a high bid, which means other people are trying to bid against him, and it's happening on his phone that he goes ahead and puts in an automatic bid. Let's see if we have that on here. Yeah, so you can put in a top bid. So we have a, let me see that one more time. I think it was $2,050. Is that our top bid to this point? Yeah. We're now at $2,150. So we're at $2,150. I think it was Chris Walden who came in at $2,150. So we're going to put that 30-second counter on this package right now. We're at $3,250, right? $2,250. So Christopher Walden's at $2,250. I now need $2,350 or $2,450 or $2,550. Folks, again, it is 10 rounds of golf. You think about it, even if you play $100 ahead at every course, that's $400 ahead, $4,000 this package is worth at least. And we all know some of these courses you can't just walk onto and pay, regardless of what you want. So we're at $2,350 now, and Anderson, we go $2,450. So here's what we'll do. I want those bids to come in fast. We're going to put that 30-second counter on it right now. And during these last few moments of this auction item, I just need those bids to start fluttering in, to start firing in, to start shooting in. And we're going to see it on the screen here. And as soon as I see that this item is closed, we will announce that it is just that. It is closed. And we will announce who is going to have a great opportunity to get out of the house. 10 different golf courses throughout the year, whether it's for you, whether it's for your friends, your family. You can use it as business incentives, all those great things. And you're going to be playing at Lake Nona and Keens Point and Celebration and Heathrow. I couldn't name better golf courses in this community. So who else is going to get in a bid on this item? We're going to wait and see when it is closed out. Again, all the descriptions of all your live auction items are here on your phone or your tablet, or your laptop or computer or smart TV. I got to kind of lump those all into one. But all your bidding is done from right here. In a moment, all your donating during our Bid from the Heart is going to be done there as well. So please get those in there as well. We're going to wait and see, and as soon as I see that it is closed out, we will name who our winner is. It is 10 golf courses all over South Florida. You're going to have on some of these a full year to use them. So when that time is up, we're going to see who is getting that opportunity to go play golf. Who's going to go one time? We're going to see, right? But because of the timing, you can't keep calling it out because the people at home are seeing it at a different time than everybody, right? So we're not talking about any timing. I'm waiting to see when it says closed out, and then we'll be able to announce who our winner is. We know this package keeps getting bid up. We know during these final moments of the auction and after it gets closed, we're watching the bids going back and forth. And when we say that it says, when that auction is closed, we will celebrate and get really excited about who our top bidder is and who is supporting this organization and who is going to get a chance to play a lot of golf this year, right? Who's going to get out on that beautiful golf course and see if they, too, can support this organization, New Hope for Kids, Art of the Vine, and also get some great golf out of it as well. So we are now closed. Let's go ahead and refresh that screen one more time. And what I will tell you is lots of bidding came in at the last minute. We do have a $2,900 total final sold bid to Christopher Walden. We are sold, thank you, from New Hope for Kids. All right, we will move on with 2 live auction items to go. What I will tell you is that this package, we've given you an opportunity to travel locally. We've given you an opportunity to pick your resort that you want to go to at Westgate. On this one right here, we are sending you to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. For those of you here in Central Florida who are watching, who walked outside today and with about 35 seconds started sweating, it was 85 degrees, right? You're like, oh my goodness, we're almost in November. I want to get away. I want to go to Steamboat. And whether you go in the fall or the winter or the summer where it is gorgeous there as well, this is your opportunity to take up to 14 people. And you see there on your screens, you not only have the great views in Steamboat of those ski slopes there, but it is also this first-class 5-star accommodations. This package that comes from Dr. Todd Husky has $1 million views. It has the hot tub. It has 3 decks, private shuttles, and parking for 3 cars so you can go direct from your home to the ski slopes. And this package also includes round-trip airfare for 2. Now, we did say it sleeps 14, so good luck trying to figure out who's going to get the round-trip airfare for 2. But however it works out, this is a great package. It's the accommodations where you're going to go. It is also the hot tub, the 3 decks. It is 7 days and 6 nights. I'll tell you that. I want to make sure that I verbalize that because I didn't put it on the slide right there. So I'll say it again. It is 7 days, 6 nights. Again, it is for a full week. So let's go ahead and take a look at who our top bidder is right here. My goodness, I love to see this, right? So I'm going to start at the bottom. Can you scroll up for me a little bit right here? Oh my goodness, I love to see it. We started at 1,500. We weren't so smart with that one, right? Because Alyssa Bracco was in early, Byron Miller was in early, Dominic Nori came in early, Brian Miller came back, Dominic, Brian, Alyssa Bracco came back one time there. Brian Miller and Dominic were going back and forth. Alyssa was going back and forth. And folks, what I love to see is with this package, it got up to $5,050 with Alyssa Bracco. And then, John, is it Bohem? We'll go with that, right? John was like, listen, I don't need to have you all my early bidders. I'm going to get in now. Because John got in at $5,300. Alyssa came back at $5,550. And Brian Norman, a new bidder, came in and said, I got you all at $7,355, right? But I believe there might still be work to do here. So we are doing increments here of, I believe that's $250 is the increments on this package. We're at $7,355. Which means that a little more than $7,500 gets you this package. It comes with a round-trip airfare for 2. What I'm going to do on this one for this Steamboat Springs package is let you know that for 7 days, 6 nights, 14 people can go to Steamboat. The hot tub, the decks, the $1 million views. We're going to put the 30-second counter on this one right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Understand the 5 bedrooms, the 4.5 baths can sleep up to 14 people. The hot tub, the 3 decks, which all have $1 million views. You know what they call that? They call that a house with $3 million worth of views, right? Thank you. If only we had a little hi-hat here, right? All right. So it's 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 14 people, the hot tub, the decks, the private shuttles. It's for 7 days and 6 nights. The round-trip airfare for 2. When I see that this item is closed, we will celebrate this auction lot because to this point, it will be the highest item that we have sold to this point. By the way, that's another bad pun when I talk about Colorado with the highest item. You like that? So, but this is Steamboat Springs, Colorado. We're going to see who wants to get in and maybe say, listen, I got your $7,300. What can we do to get somebody in at a little more than that before we see that this item is closed? Because Steamboat Springs, folks, Colorado, for those of you who think that Colorado is only a winter destination, you're wrong, right? I've been there in the summer. In the summer, it is amazing, the dry air. Brian Norman, he knows that. He believes he is going to go there. We have had lots of other bidders to this point, and we're going to see who is going to end up in Colorado for this auction winning package. And more than anything, supporting New Hope for Kids, right? That's what we're doing here tonight for all these auction packages. We're waiting to see who's going to win them, which means that not only are you going to get a great package, but you're also going to support New Hope for Kids and the life-changing work that they're doing with the youth in this community. So we continue to watch our auction lots here. We've got these great screens in front of us, in front of me here, that tells me who my top bidders are. It tells me when my auction items are closing. It allows me to celebrate and announce when we have our winning bidders. So it is in a few moments that we will be able to tell you who is going to Steamboat Springs. And I have a feeling that when one bidder comes in and they bid a really high number, they're trying to scare everybody else away, we're going to see who didn't get scared away by this top bid. So let me see that screen one more time. Was it Brian Norman who was in at one point? So Brian Norman came in and he said, I got you. All you people who are bidding early, we started the bidding on this package at $1,500, but we're going to see where it sells for this evening. I will tell you that this is what some people call the premier auction item. We've got another great one coming up for you as well. So we're going to see who our winner is, who's going to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, who's going to take 14 friends and family. The round-trip airfare for 2 is included, but it's not about that. It's about these accommodations that are truly amazing for you in Colorado. Once you are there. All right, so this item is now closed. Let's refresh that screen one more time just so I can see it, please. We got it here. I will tell you, Rhonda and Dana are working hard on these screens for me, so I thank you to both of you for that. We do have that top bid, stay just there. Brian Norman came in and he won this item at $7,355. We are sold. Thank you from New Hope for Kids. All right, now we have got a auction package that has become famous at this event, right? And it's famous at this event because it comes from a very famous artist. And for many years, Marla E. has donated this gorgeous piece, or a gorgeous piece that she has done, customized for this event. This is called Table for Two. It's 48 by 36. It's an original painting. And listen, as much as I could tell you about this, I want the woman herself to tell you. So we welcome to the Art of the Vine. We welcome to BMW. Let's check in with the artist to tell us a little bit more about this package.
Hi, I'm Marla E., and I'm here at the beautiful new Fields BMW of Winter Park to unveil my new piece for New Hope for Kids for the Art of the Vine charity event. And this piece is called Table for Two. And if you bid on this piece and win, you can have a vacation in your living room all year long. So Ashley, let's zoom in a little bit, come a little closer, and you can see this piece is texturized with my urban plaster medium, where I actually sculpt and carve into the plaster. It's all plaster and then acrylic paint on wood, so it's nice and solid, but it has a lot of detail. And you can just zoom in, and there's a boat in the distance, and a beautiful courtyard, and a little table for two with some wine and some glasses, and a little flower in a vase. Love it. All right, so don't forget to bid on this. Bye.
Oh, Marlo, we will not let them forget to bid on it. They can't do that. They can't forget about it because we're going to continue talking about it right now. What I loved in that video is Marla taking us up close to see the texture and understand that this is not a flat piece right there, right? There's tons of texture in there. It was created especially for this. Now, this is also a little bit different package than we've had in past years at this event, because in past years, it's been this amazing piece of art and you've got to leave with it, and Marla E. hangs in your home. But Marla E.'s artwork hangs in your home. Marla E. doesn't hang in your home. But what I will tell you is, for this package tonight, what is different about this package is that it also includes a studio tour at Marla E.'s studio for 10 people with wine. Why wouldn't it at Art of the Vine? You're going to be able to do that as well. So you're going to get the piece. You will then be able to meet the artist. You're going to be able to have a small little cocktail party with you and 9 friends where you go to her studio. This package opened up at, I believe we started at $1,000. So let's leave it right here for a moment. Alyssa Bracco got in at $1,000. Carl, I'm going to get this one right. Billis Blancione, of course it is. Carl Blancione was in at $1,250. He had a max bid at $1,500. Then Linda Snow came back at $1,750, and Alyssa Bracco came in at $2,000. So Alyssa's currently my top bidder at $2,000. We need a $2,250 bidder to keep this one going. Is there a $2,250 bidder out there? Folks, you're watching it on your phone. You're seeing who you're bidding against. I want to know, is Carl going to come back one time and see if he can get in at $2,250? Is Linda going to come back at one time at $2,250? Or is Alyssa Bracco going to say, listen, $2,000, I am in, nobody else is going to outbid me? We're about to see. Understand, it's not just the artwork. For those of you who have been to this event year after year, we know that people come to this event to bid on this particular item. It's not just the artwork this year, it's also the studio tour for 10 people, a wine reception with the artist Marla E. She will make sure that you have the night of your year learning about her artwork, certainly talking to her about this piece, which again is called A Table for Two. So what we'll do here is we have that $2,000 bid. Let's go ahead and put a 30-second counter on this auction item. Now, during this 30 seconds, all the bidding is done from you all at home. We don't reference anything from here in the studio. We don't talk about time anymore. We don't talk about bids anymore. All we talk about is this amazing piece, and we talk about what Marla E. has done for this event every year. It is her urban plaster medium is what she calls it. It's a one-of-a-kind, one-of-one. It is signed by the artist, and it is exclusive for this year's Art of the Vine event. The lucky winner of this item gets that studio tour as well, where you'll get to spend the evening, spend some time with the artist. So many people love that opportunity to have that interaction with the artist, not only to find out about the piece that they just won or they just bought, but also potentially look at some of their other works and hear what they're like behind the scenes. And that's what you're going to get a chance to do. So you get this great piece called Table for Two. It is an oversized work of art. You saw Marla standing next to it. It is gorgeous. It is 48 by 36. Now it's going to go to someone this evening who's going to leave here tonight with our final live auction item. Marla E., such a huge supporter of this event. From what I understand, she's already thinking about the piece that she's going to do for next year's Art of the Vine supporting New Hope for Kids. So we're waiting to see when this item closes, and when it does, someone will have a new Marla E. original to hang in their home. They will also have that studio visit where you can, of course, make sure you're social distanced, and we will make sure that it is a great evening with fine wine for you and 9 others. It is a group of 10 that will get a chance to go to Marla E.'s studio. This original painting, the texture she showed, and the wood board that is painted on, that certainly is tremendous as well. This medium, if you haven't seen it before, is certainly awesome to see. And Marla has made sure that this is a great piece for you. You see the two people sitting there, the table sitting there up there on your screen. This is really that table for two. They're on vacation. They could be anywhere, but it is certainly a great opportunity to own a one-of-a-kind, unique piece, and also to support New Hope, and also, as much as anything, to leave tonight owning a new Marla E. piece. 48 by 36, that oversized, the table for two. As soon as we get that acknowledgement, we will announce who our winner is. Through all these auction items, through technology, you're bidding back and forth on these items. Because the words are coming out of my mouth at a different time for everyone, I'm going to need you just to put in your bids, and then I'm going to be able to tell you who our winner is. So it is now closed. So let's go back in and look one more time. Let's refresh it one more time. I always like to do that just to make sure we didn't miss anybody. And what we have here with a winning bid of $2,250, it is sold to Alyssa Bracco. Sold, thank you, from New Hope for Kids. Now, what I will tell you is that as much fun as the live auction is, and certainly we believe the live auction was, it's not only about the live auction. It's about this part of the program here this evening that we're into now called the Bid from the Heart. And in the Bid from the Heart, you're not going to get a Marla E. original. You're not going to go stay at Steamboat Springs. You're going to get the feeling of knowing that you gave from the bottom of your heart directly to our mission. And that's why we call it the Bid from the Heart. And this mission is so important. This mission touches the lives of so many young people. But it's not for me to tell about our mission. It's for you to see it firsthand and hear about it firsthand from those who are impacted most. Take a look.
I lost my mom when I was 10, and then I lost my grandpa when I was 12. So I had started coming here when I was around 10 years old, and I think that it had a really big impact on me because I got to be around other people that were going through the same thing.
I was in the program because my grandmother passed away.
New Hope made a difference in my life because when my grandma had passed away, I was very young, and just talking about it, it made me feel a lot better and not as sad as I was.
It kind of let things off your chest, and it helped everybody get to know more about you.
I think it was a place that they could relate to other kids that had been experiencing the same feelings or feelings that they didn't know they were having or why they were having them. And same with myself in the adult group. We would be able to discuss situations that we were kind of experiencing together, and nobody else really in the rest of my life really knew what I was experiencing, so it was very helpful.
That support system really led me where I was able to get to where I am today in my grief journey.
New Hope's like my family. It's like home.
It's been a lifesaver, to be honest, in so many ways. I mean, just so many ways. Personally, me, my kids, our family as a whole, because they also have other activities throughout the year for the children and for the families.
Awesome, amazing. I make new friends and learn about their lost ones too.
Knowing that it wasn't just me and all these other kids were going through it too, and just meeting new people was like that have so many things in common with me that meant a lot.
So I'm so grateful to this organization because not only do they serve everybody, they serve so many people that, they serve us in a way that we have never ever experienced before. So it was such a blessing.
Such a blessing. She said it so well right there, right? New Hope for Kids is just that, such a blessing. Where grieving hearts heal. Where grieving hearts heal and granting wishes to kids with life-threatening illnesses. Those are very simple missions, and that's what they're doing. This part of the program, as you see there on the screen, is called the Give from the Heart. I like to call it the Bid from the Heart as well. Because during this part of the program, you don't get anything, as I mentioned, except that feeling of knowing that you gave from the bottom of your heart. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to call out some numbers that some people may think are a little bit high. As I call out those donation numbers, and then I'm going to work my way down, all donation levels will be on your phone or on your device that you've been bidding on all evening long. There's a button that says Make a Donation. If you go to that Make a Donation spot, you'll be able to make a donation. It's that simple, right? So here's what we'll do. Actually, I think it would be better if you go to the home screen. If we can take me on the camera shot right here. On your device you've been bidding on, there's a home screen, and if you tap on the home screen, you'll see right there all the buttons show up on your phone, show up on your device. As I call out the number that you want to donate, you tap that button. We have screens here in the studio that will show me exactly the donations as they come in, and we want to acknowledge and thank you. You will also see them on the screens where you currently see my face. Our goal over the next 12 minutes, not yet, let's take that down for a moment. Our goal over the next 8 or 9 minutes is to raise $125,000 for New Hope for Kids. It is a big, big goal. But I will tell you that we've got some help. Because there's an organization who says, listen, we want to kick this off. We want to get things started. And I will tell you that the HCF Foundation has said that they will match the first $50,000 that we raise here this evening, right? And I love how they put it. They're going to match the first $50,000, which means they expect and hope that we're going to raise more. Who's going to follow their lead? Who will be inspired by that $50,000 match? So here's what we'll do. If we put up that scroll now, because you can see that there are names scrolling that have already put in their donations, and we will acknowledge as many of those as we can. But I will also tell you that I mentioned we're going to start with some big numbers and work our way down. Are there any donors out there who want to start off our Bid from the Heart tonight to help with that HCF Foundation match with a donation of $10,000? If there's a $10,000 donor out there, I will see that screen and it will elevate up $10,000. Did we just get a $10,000 donation? We did. Let me see if I can look over here and see where that $10,000 is. Can we refresh one of my screens so somebody can show me? I love the fact that I want to be able to see it, right? Sort by dollar amount. Leslie Walden. Okay, so here's what we'll do. The Leslie Walden donation, here's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and play Leslie's video.
Good evening. My name is Leslie Walden. I first learned about New Hope for Kids back in 1999 when a reporter from West TV did a story about the work New Hope was beginning to do in Central Florida. I was touched immediately. You see, my mother died when I was 7, and a place like New Hope would have made a huge impact in my life. It would have really helped in the grieving process. My husband Chris and I have decided to start off tonight's campaign by donating $10,000 to New Hope for Kids. We believe in New Hope and the beautiful work they do in the Central Florida community. Thank you.
That big round of applause for Chris and Leslie Walden, right? That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. So now let's put up that thermometer again, and I'll ask you to see if there's other $10,000 donors out there. Are there others who will hit that button on their phone and make their donation as the Waldens did? We're at $11,845. We got some work to do, though, to get to that $125,000 level. Marla, we're also going to want to put in the HCF Foundation donation as well at $50,000 before we're all done with this, because I want to see that red line grow very, very quickly. Anyone out $10,000 who will follow the Waldens' lead? Anybody got their finger on their button before I move on? The next level we will call this evening is the $5,000 level. Are there $5,000 donors out there who can help impact New Hope for Kids' mission? At $5,000, understand that you can help grant wishes. You can help with new materials for the home. You can help touch the lives of children who are grieving. So where are my $5,000 donors? We're going to wait and see if that number grows, and I'm going to watch those donations go in. We want to celebrate you if you hit that $5,000 donation button. Okay. We're at $11,945. Folks, understand that for us to reach that $50,000 match, if we get that 50 plus the 50 that you all are giving to us this evening. Oh, we did get one right there. We're at $17,545, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to look over here and see if we've got a $5,000 donation on my screen here. See if that comes in. Oh, there it is right there. That is from, there it is, the Fields, John Fields and the Fields Family Foundation, huh? How about that one, right? I love to see that, and I love to see some of these other donations that have come in throughout the program tonight, and we're going to acknowledge as many of them as we can. But certainly, for the Waldens at $10,000, we got the Fields Family Foundation. John Fields, thank you for that at $5,000. I got another $5,000 donation that just went in. We're at $22,595. That one is Frank Nogi. Thank you to Frank Nogi at $5,000. Who else is going to be a $5,000 donor? Understand, folks, that bidding breeds bidding. We want other donations to come in to follow the lead of some of these others. There comes another $5,000 donation that has just come in. We're going to see that one right here. I'm looking at my screen here. Oh, there it is. Variety, the children's charity, is coming at $5,000. How about that? Who else is in at $5,000? Are there other $5,000 donors out there? We're at $27,595. I now need a $5,000 donor. Hit that button for me so I can see that donation come in, please. I know we've had other donors at $500 and donors at $250, but we're going to see if other $5,000 donations come in. They make it so easy for you right on your phone. All you have to do is tap that button. Anyone else at $5,000 before we move on? And understand that at any time you want to put in your donation, you can, but certainly if you go in this order, we'll be able to acknowledge you a little bit more easily. Anyone else at $5,000? So thank you again to John Fields and the Fields Family Foundation at $5,000 and Frank Nogi at $5,000. We can applaud for them, certainly. Variety, the children's charity, came in at $5,000. Anyone else? Where are my donors at $2,500? At $2,500, understand how much of an impact you will make on the life of children in this community, of one child in this community, a child who is grieving. Are there other $2,500 donors? Who's in at $2,500? You see the names that are scrolling there on your screen, and we will get to them. We'll acknowledge as many of them as we can. But we want to see who's going to come in at $2,500. We got one right there. John Trocoli and Tef Seal is in. Thank you. Tricoli is in. John Tricoli and Tef Seal at $2,500. Thank you. Who else at $2,500? We're going to keep watching the screen. We're up to $32,845. Thank you there. Who else at $2,500? Morgan & Morgan is a $2,500 donor, right? I love that. I'd love to see it. We are at $34,445. Who are my other $2,500 donors? As you sit at home, I ask you to get your finger on that button and get ready to hit it. Get ready to hit that $2,500 donation so we can acknowledge you and call you out and thank you. I know there are donors that are coming in at some different levels, and we will acknowledge as many of them as we can. Anyone else at $2,500 before we move on? I'm looking here at my screen and I'm watching the donations come in. We've already thanked John Tricoli. We've already thanked Tef Steele at $2,500. We've already thanked Morgan & Morgan, and there's a lot of Morgans, and Morgan & Morgan & Morgan, all of them. Thank you for your $2,500 donation. Anyone else at $2,500 before we move on to the next level? Understand, folks, at any time you want to put in a donation, typically above the number that I've called, you can certainly put it in. We're now going to go down to the next level, which is a $1,000 donor. Where are my $1,000 donors this evening for New Hope for Kids? You see the name scrolling there on the screen. And actually, here's what I think I'd like to do. Dana, if you can just sort by price for me first and donation amount right there. And let's scroll down because I think we've gotten a few at $1,000 already. Yeah, we have one at $1,000 right there. That's Pam Safran. Thank you so much. The namesake, her late husband, the namesake of our scholarship program. Thank you for your $1,000 donation. Who else can come in at $1,000? We see it ticking up and creeping up there at $36,295. Who's going to get us up with more $1,000 donations? There's one that just came in. Tony Martin is a $1,000 donor, our chair of the event. Tony, thank you for supporting this event like you have for 19 years as a $1,000 donor in our Bid from the Heart this year. Other $1,000 donors out there, do we have any others? It keeps creeping up. I love to see that, right? There we got another one that just came in. Brian Gruber and Bank of America is in at $1,000. How about that, right? Folks, understand, those of you sitting at home, this is really the part of the mission program that is so important. We know those of you who bought auction items, thank you for that. We also know that there are people who bid on auction items and didn't win, but you still want to give. This is where you can give. This is where you can make that difference. Give during the Bid from the Heart, the Art of the Vine. We're at $41,795. James Gallagher, his family has given $1,000. Let's give that round of applause right there. And also, Michael McCann and Spectrum is in at $1,000. Thank you to Michael and to Spectrum is a $1,000 donor. Folks, we are above $41,000. Remember, we have to get to $50,000 to get our $50,000 match. $42,895. That number continues to grow right there. A new $1,000 donor, Derek Morris, is in at $1,000. Thank you for that one right there. Anyone else at $1,000? Who's going to go $1,000 before we move on to the next level? Folks, remember, all you have to do is put your finger on that button and tap it, and you will change lives. We talked about the tagline, where giving heals hearts. Where grieving hearts heal, excuse me. Where grieving hearts heal. See, I'm in the giving mood tonight, right? I want you all to give. Move that cursor for me for a moment there. Brian Noby is in at $1,000. How about that one right there? Brian, thank you. Dr. Brian Noby came in at $1,000. So my $1,000 donors, I'll look at them one more time. We talked about James Gallagher and his wife came in. Brian Gruber and Bank of America was in at $1,000. Tony Martin and Michael McCann and Spectrum, thank you. Derek Morris at $1,000. Brian Noby at $1,000. Pamela Safran is in at $1,000. All those $1,000 donors have gotten us to $44,395. Who else is going to come in with a $1,000 donation before we move on? Anyone else at $1,000 before we move on to the next level? The next level, we're going to sort one more time to make sure that I can see all those donations that have come in. Those are all the ones that we had before. So please, at any level, 1,000 above, please put those in. We'll continue to watch this screen scroll right there. What we will do now is ask for that $500 donation level. We need to get 10 of these to get to that $50,000 mark. Who can get me in at $500? So here's where we've been at $500. We had Cheryl Bracco who came in at $600. Thank you, Cheryl, for that. Elaine Baskin came in at $500. Elaine Baskin came in twice at $500, which I think would count her as a $1,000 donor. So Elaine, thank you for your $1,000 donation. And we've got Dr. Brian Noby here at $500, which makes him a $1,500 donor. So Dr. Noby, thank you. Yvette Husty is in at $500. And Charles Bracco, he came in at $495. I'm sure there's a story behind it, but we'll count him as a $500 donor anyway. So thank you for your contribution this evening. We're at $44,395, and those are the $500 donors who are given to this point. Where are my other $500 donors? Who's out there with their finger on that button who can make that difference and help us get to that $50,000 mark? I see that number just grew right there, so let me see what other ones have come in. So let's go ahead and sort by time so I can just watch them as they come in now, because we already acknowledged all the other ones that have come. So that one right there, are those more donations from Dr. Noby? They keep coming in. We'll keep calling them. So thank you so much for that. Dr. Noby is in. Anyone else at $500? We're at $45,645. We need 9 more at the $500 level to get us to our $50,000 match. I need you all to put your fingers on that button and understand the impact that you will have. We got another one there. Tom Kelgren is in at $500. Thank you. Yanette Mayano is in as a $1,000 donor. How about that? Laura Wooten is in at $500. Now we're working. Andy Williams is in at $500. We're starting to make some traction here, right? Who else at $500? Anyone else out there? Anyone else before we move on to our next level? I think that's a new one right there. Tiffany Sherrill is a $500 donor. We'll take that as well, Tiffany. We're at $47,645. Who's going to help get us to $48,000? One more donation at that $500 level gets us up over the $48,000 mark. We're at $48,000. We're at $47,645. We're going to go down to the next level. The next level is the $250 donation level. So yeah, let's go ahead and sort by dollar amount there, and scroll down a little bit so I can see some of my $250 donors that have come in so far. So I see him right there. Barry Lamb is a $250 donor. Brad Rex is a $250 donor. That's right, let's get it. Caroline Johnson is in at $250. So we've had 3 at $250 so far. Who else can get in at $250? We want to see that grow, folks. We need 9, call it 10 at $250 to get our $50,000. Who can help us get there? Is there a $250 donor who help us watch that grow? I see another donation that came in right there. So let's scroll. Let's go ahead and do it by time from now on, now that we've called out all the donors we've had so far. So I'm watching the donations that they came in. Alyssa Bracco is a $500 donor. Alyssa, thank you so much. Alyssa and Charles at $500. We're at $48,145. I now need 8 donations at $250. Are there other donors out there? You see up on your screen here as those names are scrolling. The Safrans, Schneider Peel, Tiffany Sherrill, Michael McCann, Chris and Leslie Walden, Andy Williams, Laura Wooten, thank you. All right, so now we still got a lot of work to go. Don't get too excited, but I do want to call out these donations that have just come in. So Stephen Engel come in at $500. Is there another one since then? I want to see this screen. I know that has scrolling right there. I'd love to see that. Oh, John Mantione is in at $2,500. How about that? Folks, and if John hasn't done enough as the original link to us here at Fields BMW, he said, listen, I'll help you guys get to your $50,000. So let's go ahead and put in the other $50,000 donation in the match. I've called out all of our levels, and it's going to jump up much quicker now over the $100,000 level. So we called out Laura Wooten and her $100 donation. Stephen Engel was our $500 donor right before John got in at $2,500. So we're now over $5,100. It's about to grow to over $100,000. But if we can come back to me on camera, I want to let you all know that we're not done with the bid from the heart. We've got one more part to ask for. And this part is called the last donor standing. Now, nobody has to stand up for it, but ultimately, as much as I've said during this part of the program that you don't get anything except the feeling of knowing that you gave from the bottom of your heart, at the $100 level, we do have a prize. And that prize is $750 worth of gift cards to some of the finest restaurants in town. Benihana and Ruth's Chris and Christner's, Bonefish, the Swan and Dolphin, folks, they're amazing restaurants on here. Four Rivers. What we're going to do is we're going to give $750 worth of gift cards to all those restaurants there. It's very, very simple. We're going to give it to the person who gives $100 last. All right? So here's how it works. You can donate as many times as you like. Remember, it's all done on your phone or on your computer, on your laptop, on your smart TV. That button there that says 100, you can hit it as many times as you want. Every time you hit it, it's a $100 donation. In a moment, I'm going to put a 30-second counter on this game, and I will look up after that 30 seconds is up, and I will announce who our last donor is in this game. So, the last donation that came in, we had a $100 donation from Laura Wooten. We had a $100 donation. Oh no, we had a $1,000 donation from Gordon Arkin. Let's give that one an extra round of applause, right? So understand that during this part of the program, you can give at any level you want, but in order to be eligible for the game, it must be above $100. It must be more than $100. We're going to give you a chance to give at any level you want in a moment, but if you give $100 or more, you will be eligible to play this game. $750 in gift cards for just one $100 donation. So I'm going to keep looking down here at my screen and see if any new donations have come in. Let's go ahead and put the thermometer up there again so we can watch that come in. So my last $100 donor that came in was Laura Wooten. So if I were to put the 30-second counter on the clock right now, and if we were to say stop, and they ring that bell and they tell me it's finished, Laura would get $750 in gift cards for her $100 donation. So are there any other $100 donations out there? Let's go ahead and refresh it again so I can see this screen. We're going to keep watching it comes in. You see the name scroll up there. We want to thank Brad Rex and Pam and Elizabeth and John and Tef and Lindy and Tiffany, thank you. Michael, Chris and Leslie, thank you. Andy and Laura. Anyone else? Okay, we got a new $100 donor at Tanya Davis. Who else is going to get in on my game at $100? $100, my last bidder so far is Tanya Davis. Who else is going to get in? Remember, you can play the game more than once. So if Laura wants to come back, she can at $100. Charles Bracco also gave $100 earlier. Come back and give again and get in on my game. We're at $102,355. Who else wants in at this game before we close it out? As I mentioned, when I put this 30-second counter on this game, we're going to look down here and we're going to see if anybody wants in for that $750 restaurant gift cards to those 10 awesome restaurants. So we'll look one time. Sort the other way by price for me, please. So, oh no, I'm sorry, by time. That was my bad, my mistake. We'll sort by time here. So Linda Snow, Chris Tribby is in at $100. So here's how it worked, right? We had Tanya Davis in. Cheryl Bracco says, I'll give another $1,000. So we'll take that from Cheryl. Thank you so much for that one. Chris Tribby got in at $100, and we're at $104,005. I'm going to put that 30-second counter on the clock right now. And understand that 30-second counter is not a real 30 seconds. When it is up, we will hear the bell here in the studio, and when that bell goes off, I will announce who our winner is of those $750 in gift cards. You can hit that $100 donation button as many times as you want. So we had Pat Michaels get in on this game. We had Derek Morris get in on this game. Who else wants in before it's all closed out? You see Ruth Chris on there. You see Christner's on there. Bonefish. You see Four Rivers and Sonny's. You see the Brick Oven Pizza and Trattoria. You see Jack's Place and Benihana. All these awesome places out there. Jennifer Boehm is in on my game. Chris Tribby, you've been outbid. Another $100 gets you in there. We're at $104,405. Thank you to Laura and Yvette and Annetta. You see them all up there on the screen. Caroline and Greg, thank you. Tom, we're watching the screen. I'm waiting for the bell. When the bell goes off, I'm going to look down. I'm going to announce my winner. Who's going to leave with $750 in restaurant gift cards? We are about to find out. So we're looking down here, seeing other donations that have come in. Understand that you can play this game as many times as you want. It's a $750 prize, so play 1, 2, 3, 4 times to see if you can win. Who's going to be last? Who is going to allow me to announce their name? So I'm watching here. I'm waiting to see who else is trying to get in one last time. We had Jennifer Boehm in. We had Lindy Shellnut come in. Is there anyone else? Anybody else want to get in? I'm waiting to hear my bell that says that my 30-second counter is up. Is there anyone else who wants to play this game? We've talked them all. Greg Kasser got in at 100. Elena Pathak got in at 100. I said those backwards because Elena came in and then Greg came in right after her. Who else is in? We got another one yet. Alyssa Bracco wants in. Jacob Prange is in. They keep coming in, folks. We're at $104,905. We're at $105,305. We're waiting to see who else. Is there other donors out there? Has my 30 seconds been up yet? Is my 30 seconds up? Okay, so here's what we got. I'm now told this is up, so here's what we're going to do. Refresh the screen one more time for me. And I will tell you that in those last few seconds, here are the $100 donations that came in. We got a $100 donation. We talked about Jennifer Boehms. We talked about Andy Williams. We talked about Tiffany Sherrill. At the last moment, Diane Genovese came in, and she almost won until Matthew Mikhail came in with a $100 donation. Matthew wins this $750 prize, but more importantly, look up there on the screen. What we just did is we just raised $106,105. That is awesome. I love to see that. Now, I will tell you that we are moments away from giving away this beautiful BMW. We are here at Fields BMW, and we are ready to give it away. But for those of you who have been sipping your wine all night long, right, we've got one more opportunity for you to have a little more wine tasting. So we're going to introduce you to the next set of wines. As soon as we come back from our wine tasting, we're going to give away our BMW. But I'm going to turn it back over to Tim Varan from Tim's Wine Market and Jonathan Hirsch from Inception Wines. Guys?
Thank you, Jason. So, John, as I like to say, when we're finished with the whites and on to the reds, the kids are now in bed and it's time for the adults to play. So tell us about the red wines.
I just love that analogy.
Thank you. Having 3 children.
Exactly. Well, you know, the Pinot Noirs were really where Inception hangs its hat. And we do 2 Pinots, a Central Coast and a Santa Barbara County. You could be producing the best wines around, but if you don't have attention it's really all for naught.
So what I was drawn to when we first started tasting together was the fact that it's a 2014 vintage Pinot Noir. You know, an opportunity to buy a current release that's got some bottle age to it. I just think it's amazing. So tell us a little bit about how you make this wine.
Thank you. And the 2014 was like one of the greatest accidents ever. I was meeting with one of my reps from Southern Wine and Spirits, and I actually had the 2014 in my case. It was the wrong wine, and I was coming here to see you, and she said, well, we may as well taste it to see if it's good. Absolutely. And as fate would turn out, the wine is aged so beautifully and so gracefully. Another testimonial to when you make wines correctly, they will age nice, and good vintage also helps.
The red wine has become the #1 seller for our store of your brands, and very different as well for what is a very crowded space of just generic red wine from California. Yours really sets itself apart.
Everything that I do, I want it to be meaningful. So when I sat down with Red Blending, we wanted to do something that was old world in style, dry, and not a big fruit bomb, as so many of them are.
Absolutely.
So we ended up with Malbec, Zinfandel, and Merlot as the blend, and it has turned out to be a big winner for us.
Yeah, it's been very, very popular. Well, that is our discussion on the red wines. We want to thank you for tuning in. We're so thankful to be part of the New Hope for Kids gala event, even virtual as it is.
New Hope for Kids is really an amazing organization. I had the joy of going to the actual event last year. I'm going to try and win the BMW tonight, so you're not alone. It's really wonderful, and I only wish that when I was younger, you know, there were organizations such as New Hope for Kids to be able to really give a safety net to children that have gone through catastrophic events. So thank you all for what you do for this charity. And with that, back to you, Jason.
All right, guys, thanks so much. You're not alone. Lots of people trying to win this BMW here at Fields BMW. And listen, we would have to turn it over to a gentleman who has certainly been the conduit, right, for so many years to this organization, to New Hope for Kids and through Fields BMW. When I talked about what title we should use to introduce him, certainly board member came up. The other name that came up was Grand Poobah, right? So I'm going to turn it over to the man who's got the magic fingers. He will pick our winner of our BMW. We'll get it tonight. We might even try to call you and see if you'll answer. He is the Grand Poobah, the board member for New Hope. He is also from Fields BMW. Please welcome John Mantione. John?
Thanks, Jason. Well, finally, the time we're waiting for the evening. On behalf of the Fields family, the Fields Auto Group, we're proud to have Art Divine back at our new facility that we've been waiting for a long time. Unfortunately, you couldn't join us this year, but we look forward to showing off the new facility to everyone next year. But thanks for tuning in this way and doing all this virtually. I'm amazed at the amount of money that was already raised by this, and I think the number on the car is over 130,000 just from that alone. Yeah. So you add it all up, and they're going to be proud. So I guess we should just pick the winner. I usually have someone hold and spin and. Amy Gaffney. Amy Gaffney from Orlando. So we have a phone number. We can try and reach Amy and see how that goes if you want. But hi, is this Amy Gaffney? Amy, this is John Mantione from Fields BMW. How are you?
Ask her if she
I'm
can
going to put you on
speakerphone.
speakerphone if that's okay, because you may be getting some good news. Hold on one second. So, Amy, can you hear us?
I can.
So, Amy, you apparently bought some tickets to win a BMW to support New Hope for Kids and Art of the Vine?
Right. We felt like it was a wonderful charity.
It is a wonderful charity, and you're going to really think it's a wonderful charity now, because congratulations, you won.
But you've got to be kidding.
Nope, you're going to...
not happening. He's like, we're praying for it, though. It's good.
Well, congratulations, New Hope. We'll talk to you about it. And you helped raise a total of $265,526 tonight. So we appreciate you buying the ticket. Congratulations on the big win.
I got 293.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Back to Jason.
All right, John, thank you so much. How about that? Folks, how about a round of applause for everyone who was in our BMW contest? Thank you to John for helping us put it on tonight. That was awesome. Now, what I will tell you is what we were just able to do here in our event, or at our event tonight. So many people came in and said, listen, you're doing a virtual event. It'll never be the same. Not only do we hope that we brought you a good time, but we also brought you a great opportunity to donate to a great cause. So what we did for New Hope for Kids this evening is we raised more than $200,000. Now, don't get too excited, because with sponsorships, with live and silent auction, with the bid from the heart, with the BMW opportunity drawings, not only do we raise more than $200,000, we raised more than $225,000. We raised more than $250,000. We raised more than $275,000. We raised more than $285,000. I'm going to keep going, and you guys are going to keep getting excited, right? Because we raised more than $290,000. What we did through this year's Art of the Vine is we raised $293,879. That is a way to cap off what is a great, great evening. Folks, I will tell you that if you won one of our auction items, it's a physical item, someone from New Hope for Kids will contact you and they will coordinate how to come pick it up at the New Hope for Kids home so you can get your item. Thank you so much for supporting this amazing opportunity, this amazing cause. No one hopes more than I do that next year we all get to be back together for an in-person Art of the Vine. But for this year, for my friends at the launch group who made everything sound and look great for you all at home. For those of you with GiveSmart and the mobile bidding platform, thank you. For those of you with New Hope from Kids, our staff, our board members who are here with us tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do for New Hope for Kids. I'm Jason Alpert. Have a great night, everybody.